From the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here in studio with Jacob Unruh, OSU beat writer. Jacob, likely on Saturday as OSU heads to Tulsa that we'll see some backups get work, and that would likely include Dru Brown, the backup quarterback. He had his first real extended action last Saturday against McNeese State. You had a chance to talk to him after the game. What was his emotion? What was his take on getting into a game, finally seeing some action?
You could almost sense some relief, a little bit like I'm in a game finally that's meaningful. Someone didn't lose their helmet, or I'm not taking snaps at the end of a blowout. It's I'm in a game to go out there and work. I get to work with the ones a little bit. Then he got the twos mixed in there a little bit, and he got to show what he could do. And it's very, to me, it was very similar to what Spencer Sanders does as far as the skill set. You could see why it was a tight battle, and he really went out and played well. Two of those first 4 completions he had were touchdowns, and he really looked comfortable and like the veteran that he is. That you could tell he had experience at Hawaii.
But you had a chance to talk to him also about not getting that starting job, and while it may have been a close competition, ultimately Spencer Sanders is the guy. What did Dru Brown have to say about that?
He said obviously he's disappointed. He's a competitor. He wants to play. He came there to play. He's disappointed, but he also is going to accept that role. He said he's close with Spencer. They support each other on and off the field. They hang out a lot, but he knows that's his role now, and so he also knows too that he's one play away from having to go and play.
Sure.
Spencer somehow gets hurt or something like that, or something comes up, he's ready to go, and he wants to make sure that he's going to be capable of leading this offense if that happens when he's called upon. And he might be called upon this week against Tulsa if things go how OSU hopes. They would get him some more snaps.
Well, and that's the last thing I was going to ask is, we saw Spencer Sanders play essentially one snap of the second half against McNeese State. A big long touchdown to Tylan Wallace. Might have been a little more work in the offing for him had it taken longer to score coming out of halftime. But can we expect something similar if they have a big lead? Could we see Dru Brown maybe most of the second half this week?
I think so. You're not saving him for anything at this point like you were last year. At this point, it's get him in there, see what he can do, have him ready to go, because if you get into Big 12 play, you've got Texas right off the bat, and you got to have both quarterbacks comfortable, ready to go in case you need both.
All right. Well, OSU heading to Tulsa, sure to be a lot of Cowboy fans that'll be there as well, but our coverage team will be there, so be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at oklahoma.com and every day in the Oklahoman.